It is my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2022, Ms. Meheret Vasquez-Suomala.
Thank you, Dr. Imperial. Okay. Good evening, St. Mary's. Board of Trustees, Mr. Puck, administration, faculty and staff, parents in the class of 2022. I am honored to serve as our class of 2022 valedictorian. Standing before our families, peers, and educators, I want to begin by thanking you all for the support you have shown us during our time at St. Mary's. Like several of my classmates, I came to St. Mary's as a transfer student. We were the new kids at school, feeling like freshmen at least twice during our high school careers. You made us feel welcome. Much like how Dr. Imperial loves sharing anecdotes, a short, amusing, or interesting story about a real incident or person, I am grateful for this opportunity to reminisce and celebrate our class. Most of us came to St. Mary's not knowing each other very well. In some cases, because of previously attending Catholic schools, we had some connection with other students, but we all had new friends to make. We had to decide how we wanted to act in high school, who we wanted to spend our time with, and what clothes we wanted to wear, because the school offers us the freedom of not wearing a uniform. Thank you, Mr. Puck. During our first years, we became more comfortable with our peers. Faculty, staff, all the adults around us strove to help us feel like a part of the St. Mary's community. Suddenly, the global pandemic arrives. Sophomore year, we're in Mr. Voltaire's room talking about how we think it's just going to be a 2-week vacation from school. Little do we know, many would be deeply impacted. Family, friends, neighbors. There was even an article about how some cats were showing symptoms of COVID-19. We stayed inside for months on end, in our homes, in our rooms, with our own voices and our own thoughts, battling increased incidences of mental illnesses for what felt like an eternity. Wearing N95 masks and latex gloves, running out of hand sanitizer, worrying about spreading the virus to our loved ones, struggling to learn remotely in the background. If a global pandemic wasn't enough to challenge us, the death of George Floyd had a lot of us chanting, "I can't breathe." Often missing the calls for change, sensational headlines focused on rioters or former President Donald Trump. In June of 2020, there was tension around protests and the rise of Black Lives Matter. Our own St. Mary's class of 2019 Valedictorian, Josiah Jacobs, was featured in the Wall Street Journal for his activism. Black and brown lives were in danger. Later that year, in September, the skies turned red all around us. Climate change reminded us that not even our planet could breathe. Junior year, we eventually returned to campus. All of us transfer students this time, better to campus. Asking ourselves how we wanted to act, who we wanted to spend our time with, and what clothes we wanted to wear. Pajamas do not meet our dress code. We had the privilege of COVID-safe liturgies, in-class intentions, hybrid courses, class socials, and outdoor sports. Brown bag lunches broadened and enriched our experiences. We sat in a circle and talked about what we needed to talk about. The community made sure that we felt loved. Mystery time with Mr. Riccardi and his sidekicks, Big Mac and Little Mac, reminded us how to breathe. When senior year starts, we are all still masked. There are new variants of COVID. We suffer the unbearable loss of our beloved Mrs. Duckett. We grieve with our classmates, and we want to be better for each other. We have difficult conversations about digital dignity. We are anxious about college decisions. What will our futures look like? Friends, it has been quite the ride, one that has shaped our generation. High school is supposed to be a transformative time, but what we have endured has been referred to as unprecedented and even apocalyptic. Shout out to Does Religion Matter, Mr. Marks. Our experiences remind me of The Maze Runner, a series that follows a 16-year-old boy who can't remember his life before he wakes up in an old elevator, where he learns that he and others his age have been sent to the middle of an ever-changing maze. They have to work together to find their way out of the labyrinth. One of the leaders in The Maze Runner tells the others that they were chosen because they're immune to a plague that's destroying humanity. Because of that, they would be the ones to build a new future. We are strong for making it to the end of high school and for being here for this graduation ceremony. Our inclusive community and faith in one another has made us resilient. We are maze runners. Now that we made it out together, how will we change the world? Who among us will actively contribute to local and global communities, supporting immigrants in their transition and finding housing for our homeless neighbors? Or demonstrate respect for the truth and goodness of God's universe, exploring our gender identity or opening an animal sanctuary for endangered species? Or bring imaginative thinking to help cure leukemia and solve critical threats to our planet? Who among us will build community amid diversity, raising our kids with the anti-racist baby book, and returning to reunions tired after long days of parenting to share with classmates about foster children that we love with all our heart? Who among us will engage life consciously with a worldview inspired by the gospel, becoming Christian brothers called to the mission of St. John Baptist de La Salle? St. Mary's class of 2022, with community support and faith grounded in love, the crucibles of pandemic, protest, and polarization have helped us develop empathy and overcome adversity. Our story is one of hope. Let's show them how the challenges we overcame have prepared us to help heal our world.